Tyreek Hill has joined the Dolphins. Marquez Valdez-Scantling has joined the Kansas City Chiefs within the last few moments. That news is broken. And obviously he joins a wide receiver room that includes the newly signed Juju Smith-Schuster, Mecole Hardman, Josh Gordon, and of course they got a Hall of Fame tight end in Travis Kelce. So Chris, Michael and I were having a disagreement, shocker, earlier about, and maybe we didn't disagree about this. Maybe we're on the same page with this, but I know you're a hip hop head. I think Andre 3000 is the second best MC of all time. But Outkast, what Outkast without Big Boy? So when you look back at the Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes era, one of the things that kind of rubbed me the wrong way the last 24 hours or so is this idea, that Mahomes is, his life's going to be a lot harder without Tyreek Hill, and vice versa. That Tyreek Hill, yes, he's downgrading with Tua Tagovailoa, but he was a product of playing with Patrick Mahomes. It's like, no, I think they both made each other great. How'd you see that partnership? No?
I agree. I do. I think it's one of the most special combinations in the history of football. Both of those things can be true, what you're talking about there. Mahomes is special. I mean, him and Josh Allen are the two best players in football. Mahomes is going to the Hall of Fame one day. With or without Tyreek Hill, it doesn't matter. I mean, really, does everybody think like Kansas City's going to fall off earth offensively with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback? I don't, certainly. And then Tyreek Hill? No, I mean, I think he's awesome in any offense. He got to be awesomer in Kansas City because he had a quarterback who can launch the ball 60 yards from his, falling backwards or diving on the ground and throwing it sidearm, which gave him opportunities that other quarterbacks wouldn't be able to give Tyreek Hill. So, their strengths played into each other. Yeah, Tyreek Hill can catch a 6-yard slant and run 80-yard touchdown. But Mahomes can flick it and throw it sidearm as good as anybody I've ever seen, too, to get it on him quick and let him do that. So, these are two guys that are difference makers. And to me, it is sad a little bit because I thought it was one of the coolest combinations in the history of football. Yeah. It's a little different than your normal combinations. The whole offense that they unveiled in the NFL 3-4 years ago was predicated on these two guys, where it was just like, this play, just run a 40-yard post and run that way and we'll throw it. And then the next play, just run 50 yards over there and we'll throw it. And nobody had ever done this stuff before, so that's why it's sad to see it end.
Well, look, you said that he could take a 6-yard slant and go the distance. It's a good thing, because we were also talking about Tua Tagovailoa. Listen, we're in the era where, there have been others, but maybe not like this. We're in a golden age of quarterbacks, especially in the AFC. And the Dolphins are not in that conversation at quarterback, at least not yet, in fairness. I think what they've done to their offense on paper is so good that I don't think Tua has to be that good for them to contend for the playoffs in a loaded AFC. What say you?
I say you're right. I would agree with those sentiments. They realize what they got there. Well, they realize what they got there. They do. They know who Tua is. So they're going to put, as many talented players around him to take advantage of what he does do well and see it go from there. Dolphins are a little different in the fact that, instead of like some of these teams in the AFC where it's like, oh, it's Joe Burrow and the weapons, and it's Mahomes and the weapons, and it's, Justin Herbert and the weapons. Miami's going, no, screw you. We're going to have an awesome defense and a run game, and we're going to have a team. And it's not just going to be all about the quarterback. So I know a lot of people on social media yesterday were like, what? Tua can't throw the ball down the field. Well, no, he can. He's not very good at that. But with Mike McDaniel running the offense, this is what they're going to do, guys. And I don't think this is groundbreaking. You probably know this a little. Hey, it's the Shanahan run scheme. You're going to see outside zone, fake reverse to Waddle, give the ball to Waddle, fake the outside zone, fake the Waddle reverse, fake the run, throw it over the middle like it's Deebo Samuel, but it's Tyreek Hill. Oh, wait, let's switch the guys. Now let's fake it to Tyreek Hill and throw it to Waddle. Let's do a bootleg and throw it to the flat over here.
Tua's a mobile Jimmy Garoppolo,
exactly.
Right?
and you guys, you remember hearing through the draft process, like, hey, Tua's like a point guard. He wheels and deals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a good passer. He's not a great thrower. And they're going to put guys around him to where he doesn't have to make big-time throws down the field. Just hey, dish it out, boom, 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 6 yards, 8 yards, and you couple those two guys with Mike Gesicki, and then that run game. I mean, damn, this is about as good a skill guys as you're going to get in football at the wide receiver position.
I'm telling you.
This is great. I'm enjoying listening to both of you. Okay, I'm enjoying this very much. Michael and Chris, just great, excellent, sterling commentary. But I want to say this: file under, keep that same energy. Number one, I remember telling people about Belichick and Brady. It was both. Nobody wanted to hear that. No, pick one, pick one. So you guys saying it's both with Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. But we'll see. We'll see, because when they're apart, then you got to pick a lane. You got to pick a lane to see if they're going to be Mahomes or it's going to be Hill. It's probably not going to be both. It probably won't be. I just keep that in mind for the future. Let's bookend that. And then also, I want to bookend on talk to Odell Beckham Jr.'s dad about having great weapons and just an okay quarterback. Because Odell Beckham Jr. won a Super Bowl in L.A. because he just couldn't stand it anymore. He got tired of the quarterback who only needed to be decent, got tired of the quarterback missing him. So you guys make it sound really easy. Sims, you make it sound easy. Oh, bring in the Mike McDaniel offense, and all you got to do is this and that. Well, tell that to Kyle Shanahan with Jimmy Garoppolo. Tell that to Kevin Stefanski when he had Baker Mayfield.
As you pointed out ad nauseum, they won their first playoff game in forever in Cleveland with Baker Mayfield. Okay, it went south this year, but
they got frustrated. They got frustrated because
those 49ers.
It wasn't.
Okay, they went to a Super Bowl and an NFC Championship game with that system and Jimmy Garoppolo.
Absolutely.
And two out of the last 3 years.
Tua ain't Dan Marino. Tua ain't Dan Marino, but they can be a playoff team. Nobody said Super Bowl. They can be a playoff team with the talent that they've surrounded Tua with if he improves.
And you know who Tua might not be? He might not be a guy who can throw 30 touchdown passes in the season, which is what Baker Mayfield did in 2020. And he threw 27 as a rookie. So Tua not Dan Marino? Yes, homeboy, but he may not even be Baker Mayfield. Anyway, let me ask you this. Sims, tell me this. On Tyreek Hill, last thing. I'm not trying to diminish him, but the system did help him. Not only was he with Patrick Mahomes, that helped. Andy Reid, Hall of Fame coach, offensive-minded, and a great offensive coordinator in Eric Bieniemy. Great organization, great structure, where at times he was a pain. And they were able to absorb some of the quirks of Tyreek Hill because they had a strong organization. See, that's where I'm just not so sure that this. I know speed translates. I'm not sure the whole Tyreek Hill package translates to Miami.
Well, we'll see. I think they're valid questions. I know what you're saying there. I do. The one thing I can say, just to give you a little 2 cents on that. Again, Mike McDaniel coming from San Francisco, Kyle Shanahan. I've known him for a while. That 49ers team out there, they've had a lot of personalities out there the last 2 years. They haven't been shy about who they bring in there and, being a little volatile. So I do think McDaniel has a way about him to communicate to players, the 2022 NFL football player. That's what I'm betting on. And then what I think he'll do, like a Kyle Shanahan, is he's going to let his knowledge do the speaking. And that's when you always hear people leave San Francisco or they get there and they go, man, Shanahan's a genius. Because he sells plays and teaches you things where you go, oh, nobody ever said it to me like that. I've never realized this is how you guys do it and coach it like that. That's why you're this good. And then they put on a reel of certain guys doing it and you go, oh, crap, okay, I'll listen to this guy and do whatever he says. So he's going to what I think is going to be a good system and understands how to use a receiver / weapon, which is what Tyreek Hill is. He's a receiver, but more of a weapon. And that's the kind of guy I like. I mean, to me, again, I know there's the faction of people out there that love the Devontae Adams and the route running and all that. But that's a little predicated on a system. You put Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, Tyreek Hill in any offense, and you could say, we could throw him a slant, a hitch route, and give him reverse, and just do that and give him a toss sweep, and we're going to get yards and big plays out of him. And that's where they're freaky, and I think that's how they'll try to use him that way. Just a lot of misdirection and creative game plan design, Holley. Can I have fun for 1 second? Can I have fun for 1 second?
Oh, of course.
You can have fun for
what
as
the
long
hell
as
are
you
the
want.
Green Bay Packers doing? Can somebody tell me what the Green Bay Packers are doing and doing? Here we go again. Part 97 of screwing over Aaron Rodgers.
Boy.
They're going to go win the Super Bowl with a bunch of fifth-round receivers who are rookies.
God.
I mean, it's just stupid. They're stupid. I don't know what else to say. They don't even re-sign Marquez Valdez-Scantling? They're stupid.
I love this.
And then they're all,
right.
they're all going to sit there and be like,
then
"Oh,
what?
we want Rodgers to take us to the Super Bowl." Oh, okay. You know, this is the difference between Kansas City and Green Bay. Is I just go, Tyreek Hill leaves Kansas City, and I go, well, they still are a Super Bowl contender. Green Bay loses Devontae Adams. There's no way Green Bay is going to the Super Bowl. None. Just scratch it off.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious. It doesn't matter to you that Green Bay offered as much, if not more money. It's not like they just say, hey, just go. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
I know. I'm not mad at them for that. I'm not mad at them for that. You're right. You're right.
I'm like, he wanted to leave.
No, I know. They had no choice.
It wasn't like they were like, nah, dog, let the doorknob hit you. You know what I mean? Like he was tagged, but he didn't want to sign.
But make a move now. Do something to cover up for it. I mean, make a move. Do something. That's where I'm just frustrated.
This may be, well, either that or let him go. But okay. This may be ahead, because I know we got to talk about your quarterbacks. And you may not be that far on wide receivers, and we'll get to maybe wide receivers next week or whatever. But this appears to be a deep draft, and that's not really saying much because nowadays every draft seems to be deep in receiver when you look back on it, given the number of guys able to hit the ground running or route running, if you prefer. Chris Olave is somebody that's been, attached to the Packers, who for the first time could draft the first round wide receiver. If nothing else, Chris, maybe they buck that trend this year for you. But from what you've seen so far, and again, if it's premature, that's fine. We'll get it next week from you. But could there be a wide receiver? Not that it comes in as Devontae Adams overnight, but a wide receiver or wide receivers that could make an immediate impact in Green Bay if the Packers were to use this newfound draft capital on that position.
No, all your thoughts are right there, Michael Smith. There's definitely going to be receivers that will be there to help them and make an impact and to help the team. But, my argument with that is they have been so Devontae Adams-centric, they can't even get other receivers the football. That's the other. I mean, it's the second leading receiver on the team was, the guy who split carries with A.J. Dillon last year and Aaron Jones. So that's where I just go, it's a little bit more dependent. They're a little more dependent on execution. And, Rodgers wants to make sure you run the routes the right way and read the coverages the right way. And like I said, that's why it's like I think it's a bigger deal that they lose Adams, because Kansas City's a little bit like, all right, you're not a great route runner, screw it. We'll find out what you do good and we'll figure it out. We'll flip you a ball here and do this and just tell you to run far that way and he'll launch it. So there's a little less of a, professional expectation and what do I want to say, polish in Kansas City as maybe compared to Green Bay. This is the last thing I'll say too. You're right. There's a lot of depth of receiver in the draft. I'm doing my wide receiver rankings on Monday, so I don't want to give it up. I will say I think the top of the class is a hair overrated. That's the one thing I will say, just to give you a little inkling for next week. There's 2 or 3 real gems, but people are talking like there's 10 superstars out there, and I want to go, no, there's a lot of good. There's only 1 or 2 or 3 superstars I see.
Before Michael gets back in, can I have a little fun with you?
Sure.
On Rodgers?
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like you got your baked-in excuse already. Kind of sounds like you're getting ahead of the inevitable playoff disappointment. It's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're setting it up to when they fails in the playoffs. You're like, see, he didn't have any help. Goes back to the offseason. Just saying. Just say it, Chris. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm not baking anything in. I don't care. What do you mean? This is part 15 of the same story. I don't care anymore. I mean, we're talking about this every year with them. So I don't. And listen, Rodgers is a pain in the butt. I get that. I don't like the way he acted and did some things this year, certainly. And he did not. He did not play like a superstar like he should have against the 49ers. I'll be one to sit here and go, no, Josh Allen and Mahomes, they would have made some plays in that game and made sure they were up by more than 1 score and not let a block punt affect the game. Rodgers plays it too close to the vest at times. Certainly. So I don't mean to say that or bake in the excuse or anything like that.
I'm just giving you
I didn't
shit,
mean it to
Chris
be like
Sims.
that.
We were having fun. I'm just giving you shit.
All right, listen. I got to get to it. I can't wait. Tell me a couple quarterbacks that you and Big Phil are excited about, that you put the tape on, you said, oh, wait a minute. There's something there. I didn't know it was there. Yeah. Who do you like? Who do you like and why?
Well, there's only 3 first-round quarterbacks, in my opinion. And I really mean that. I would be shocked if a 4th guy snuck into this conversation. I think you enter a cliff, and it falls significantly a little bit after the top 3. I mean, Malik Willis would be my 3rd quarterback, Kenny Pickett my 2nd, Matt Corral my number 1. I get way more excited about Corral and Malik Willis than anybody else. They're the ones that excite me the most for the future, because those are the 2 that I think that have real, like, superstar potential, can be a top 5 quarterback in the league type talent type of stuff. Those 2, I really do. So Pickett at number 2, his is a little bit about, hey, he's played, he's real good. There's really not a weakness to his game, but there's nothing that I say wow about. So there's just my little banner statement about the rankings right there.
Don't you think somebody's going to – I feel like every year teams will look at it, especially teams in the top 10. They'll say, okay, I heard Chris Sims said this guy has superstar potential. He's not there now, but here's my shot. I got to shoot my shot. I feel like Malik Willis is going to wind up in the top 10 somewhere. Not that he should, but he will. Do you think that's a stretch?
I don't think it's crazy. I mean, again, but I'll go to an old Chris Sims adage to go like, you know, again, if Blake Bortles can be drafted at 3, Tua can be drafted at 5, then yes, Matt Corral and Malik Willis can be drafted in the top 10. Definitely. You know, that's what I don't understand about it some years. And I'm never mad at a team if they really believe in the player and love them over drafting at the quarterback position. I'm never really mad at that. If that's what you're sold on and you think he's the guy, and okay, you picked him 10 spots, 15 spots too high, so be it. The Giants with Daniel Jones. I was like, well, he shouldn't be a top 5, a top 6 pick. They were sold on him. So be it. Fine, I can live with that, certainly. And yes, I would think, you know, with the fact that as teams, I think, continue to dive into these guys, and really the coaches and offensive coordinators are just really getting knee deep and studying these guys, you know, I would think you start to hear conversations about maybe a Malik Willis in the top 10. And then, you know, some of these teams who are desperate for a quarterback, hey, yeah, they overdraft, realizing, like, wait, we got to get one. We need one for this year or one for the future. And that's where, you know, you get into the Seattle, New Orleans, Carolina Panthers conversation, because Atlanta Falcons, because, yeah, they seem to be a little bit desperate to get one, for sure.
Hey, Chris. You're our number 1 pick, brother. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for dropping by and dropping some knowledge.
Awesome. You're the man. It's good to be back. I'll be back next week. Wide receiver rankings. We can hit more quarterback talk. Whatever you want to do, I'm down.
We look forward to it, man.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.